Imagine it's Friday night. You finish work, you meet your friends, someone raises a glass and says cheers. Pretty normal, right? But have you ever wondered how old is this habit? Who was the first human to drink alcohol? And perhaps the strangest question of all, did ancient humans actually get drunk? Now imagine a group of prehistoric humans sitting around a campfire 10,000 years ago. No bars, no breweries, no fancy cocktails. Just some mysterious bubbling fruit that smelled a little funny, and one very curious ancestor thinking, should I drink that? Believe it or not, the story of alcohol may be far older than civilization itself. And the answer reveals something surprising about human nature, because our relationship with alcohol didn't start with parties, it started with survival. And tonight's campfire mystery is one that might explain why humans have been raising glasses for thousands of years. When most people think about alcohol, they imagine farmers making beer. But here's the crazy part. Humans may have been drinking naturally fermented alcohol long before anyone invented farming. In fact, our story begins before cities, before writing, before history itself. It begins in the wild. Picture an ancient forest. Ripe fruit falls from a tree. Days pass. The fruit begins to rot. Tiny yeast organisms start eating the sugars inside. And something magical happens. Alcohol appears. Nature was making alcohol millions of years before humans ever existed. Now imagine you're an ancient human wandering through the forest looking for food. You discover fruit that smells sweet. It's soft, it's packed with calories, and it might even make you feel a little strange afterward. For a hungry prehistoric human, that was not necessarily a bad thing. Think about it. Finding high-calorie food was a daily challenge. Your ancestors weren't grocery shoppers. They were more like full-time treasure hunters. Except the treasure could run away, or eat you. Scientists actually believe our attraction to alcohol may go back millions of years. One popular idea is called the Drunken Monkey Hypothesis. And yes, that sounds like the title of a terrible prehistoric sitcom. The idea is simple. Primates that could smell tiny amounts of alcohol were better at finding ripe fruit. And ripe fruit meant calories. Calories meant survival. Survival meant passing on your genes. In other words, the ancestors who followed the smell of fermentation may have had an advantage, which means your brain might be carrying ancient software designed to notice alcohol. Long before beer existed, long before wine existed, long before someone invented the phrase, hold my drink. But that's not the most surprising thing. The oldest clear evidence of humans intentionally making alcoholic drinks comes from around 9,000 years ago. Archaeologists found traces of a fermented drink in ancient pottery from what is now China. And this wasn't simple beer. It was a strange prehistoric mixture of rice, fruit, and honey. Humanity's first known cocktail. Imagine explaining that recipe to your tribe. First, we leave food sitting around until it starts bubbling. Then we drink it. Not everyone would have been convinced, but why would people keep doing this? After all, alcohol can make you stumble around, forget things, and make questionable decisions. Humans still seem pretty committed to that tradition. The answer may have less to do with drinking and more to do with friendship. Ancient humans survived through cooperation. Nobody hunted alone. Nobody defended camp alone. Nobody raised children alone. Trust was everything. And alcohol appears to have become part of social bonding. When groups gathered together, shared food, and shared drinks, relationships grew stronger. Think about modern celebrations. Birthdays, weddings, festivals, sporting events. People often share drinks during important social moments. That behavior may have incredibly deep roots because humans aren't just survival machines, we're social creatures. Our ancestors needed connections almost as much as they needed food. Now imagine this. Some researchers even think alcohol may have helped inspire agriculture itself. For years, historians assumed humans farmed grain mainly to make bread. But some evidence suggests another possibility, beer. That's right. Some scientists have jokingly proposed that humans may have looked at wild grains and thought, you know what this needs? A fermentation project. Imagine civilization beginning because someone wanted another drink. It's impossible to know for sure, but it shows just how important fermented beverages became in human societies. And here's the biggest surprise of all. Alcohol isn't really the story. The story is curiosity. Ancient humans constantly experimented with their environment. They tested plants, foods, tools, fire, and occasionally strange bubbling liquids. Most discoveries happened because someone was curious enough to try something new. That same curiosity eventually led to farming, cities, science, technology, and yes, a very crowded drinks menu. So the next time you're at a party or someone raises a glass and says, "Cheers, remember this," that moment may connect you to a story stretching back thousands of years, possibly even millions. A story that began with hungry primates searching for fruit, curious humans experimenting with fermentation, and communities gathering around fires just like this one. Because long before alcohol became entertainment, it may have been a clue, a signal, a source of calories, a social tool, and another step in humanity's strange journey of discovery. If you enjoyed exploring this ancient mystery, subscribe to Koro's Cave for more fascinating stories about ancient humans, survival, evolution, and the hidden origins of human behavior. And if there's another ancient question you'd like answered, let us know in the comments. Until next time, stay curious.